Okay, so I've been having like this intense depressive state. Like it's uh, uh, you know, I think it's like by monthly, typical brain fucking you over type deal, right? And actually let me I have the quote I typed in yesterday half asleep to someone, my friends. Um, quote, my mind feels like a diseased wild animal, struggling to breathe, clawing for life, hoping for either recovery or release, scraping any surface possible to try and continue existing because the inherent survival instinct of consciousness itself is keeping it alive. A wild scribble with no discernible thoughts, discernible start or ending. A groggy fog of unbalanced association. Um, I kind of cooked with those lines, but the gist is that you know, I've been going through it. And, that's nothing new. I literally am always going through it. That's just how being a human works. And that's also how my brain was born. I my RNG was kind of fucked up. But I was and under this is the set up to mental state. The mental state I've been going through for a little while, and plus the thing is with these kind of things is that goes in cycles. So you don't really remember the last time you were doing well because it felt like because it was probably literally a month ago. And when you're doing well, you don't remember you only kind of remember the last time you're fucked up, and you don't want to remember that because you're not fucked up. You're like, well, I'm about to enjoy this while it's last, so it is what it is. So I'm just saying this to set up the mental state, set up the mood, set up the vibe. So basically, I was doing that. I was like basically just like ranting to my friends because what else are you gonna do whenever you barely even can think about existing? And then I was talking about it's like thinking about like, oh man, I think about quitting YouTube sometimes. Like man, that's I think about it sometimes and what did I say? Right here, let me see. Uh uh just sort of like quitting YouTube and doing something else in my life. I've been doing this so long and I think about it so much I literally don't know what else to do. Also the internet is consolidated, so every path leads there anyway. And my friends, like literally, yeah. I went to bed, and when I woke up, one of my friends typed the message like, "Yeah, you probably should take a break," and that broke me. I don't know why, because I didn't even like consider that option. Like, you don't understand the way I go hard about YouTube because, like, you don't understand. I go hard in the paint with the YouTube. Um, like, I've literally unlisted half of my videos, and I still have 100 videos, and and I don't do reaction videos or let's plays, so that's already saying something, doesn't it? So, that's the gist of it. It's like, damn, I don't think I actually have even thought of having a vacation from YouTube. Like, actually stop, like, purposely say, nah, I'm not gonna make any videos. I'm not gonna think about any videos. I'm gonna produce any videos. I'm just gonna like let it go because YouTube was usually my like thing I did just in general whenever I'm not working or yeah, no, it's like the single thing I did. Everything I always do is about for a video. Uh and if I don't where I'm not working on the video, I feel guilty or I feel not even feel guilty. I feel bad. It's like, ah, damn. I'm working on a video right now. Could have got a video done. Because the cult of productivity has a lot of victims, and apparently I didn't even realize I was one. And because because I've been doing YouTube since like January of 2018, right? Basically nonstop. And if I did stop, it was not of my own volition. I've literally had points in my life where like actual like life circumstances have stopped me from making YouTube videos, and I felt bad about it. And I'm like, damn, I could be making a YouTube video right now, not knowing that the life circumstances kind of like you know taking priority. I mean, it's not even like a thing. I really just like I'd prefer to make a video than to think about whatever circumstance is anything happening. But you know, just to kind of phrase it a certain way. You know what I mean? Just to kind of like show where I am with YouTube, right? Because you understand, you do understand because you're right here, you're watching YouTube. So, but you understand, like, I don't know how much you understand. There's a scale on which you understand. Um, basically, I watch YouTube nonstop. It's my version of TV. It's like how people like I wanted to make a cartoon when I was a kid because I watched a lot of cartoons. I want to make YouTube videos because I watch a lot of YouTube. Um, I never even considered like the thought of like, eh, not doing it. I never even like thought of it once. Like I thought of it in like the hypothetical way, but I never thought of it in like the legitimate like, oh yeah, I don't have to do this kind of way because it's just felt like, and it's kind of weird because I've adjusted my life around having more time in particular. One of the reasons I wanted to have more time was firstly because I really like streaming. I do like streaming. I might do that more actually, but also because I wanted time to make YouTube videos, and I'm realizing like why do I want to do that? Because again, that single comment broke me. That's why I'm making this video. It's like you should take a break. I didn't even consider that. I didn't even like think. It's so obvious now. Why didn't I think of that? I didn't even consider it once. Like I considered it, but I didn't like internalize it. Like of course I don't have to make YouTube videos. Um, and really, it's probably better off that I don't because first of all, this channel is like fucking not doing well. But it's also like, you know, I think with YouTube is it's like I said, I always complain about the algorithms, right? Um, and I wrote down this quote because I thought of this while I was pissing on the toilet. I quote trying to fit an art shaped hole in a content shaped box. And aside from the Nirvana reference, I do think that that's actually I actually kind of a poignant thought actually, honestly, because yeah, if you think about it, like YouTube is like I always complain about the structure of YouTube, and I think that I've been trying to like maneuver YouTube in a way it doesn't want to go. And of course, I don't, I always don't make videos that deliberately, like deliberately not algorithm friendly, just so I don't feel like a fucking sellout or a jackass or something. But you know, I think that actually, yeah, it's like the goals I want to achieve with YouTube are inherently like different than what YouTube wants to give me and what I want to achieve. You know what I mean? Like like listen, my goal is to write something cool. I wanna be on Fan Gamer or something like it where I have my characters sold as merchandise. Not because of the money, but because I really like merchandise. I have like I always mention this shit. I have like a wall of books, mostly art books. I have one on Basquiat. I have one on the history of graphic design. One on BoJack Horseman. That was a gift from a friend. That's one of my best friends. Shout out to them. Hope they're watching this video. They're probably not. One on King of Fighters, the Spider Verse art book, Nino Cooney. I forgot I have the Scott Pilgrim collection. I should read that. Graphic design. I have a lot of fucking books. I have a lot of fucking art books. Also, I have a bunch of Pokemon plushies. I have a lot of fucking books. A lot of fucking books. And I think that's probably my goal to create something that. Well, firstly, I just want merchandise. I just like merchandise. It feels nice because it's like you ever like one of the things that makes me the most happy. I spend a lot of my money on commissions, a fuck ton of my money commissions, like a good like eighth or like sixth of my paycheck on commissions. And this is like very like for reference, like 2/3 or maybe even half of my paycheck goes towards like bills. I have to go call somebody about bills or later on actually. I don't want to. It's my day off. I think it is. Should be. If it's not my day off, ooh, I'm fucked. But yeah, I think about like that's the kind of thing I get a ton of commissions, right? A fuck ton of commissions because I don't think there's a greater joy in life than drawing something and seeing an artist interpret it. Like even for people who are like good at drawing, that's why they do art trades and shit and like they like fan art. But I'm terrible at drawing. I'm quite mediocre at best. So but I love character design. It brings me a lot of joy. I mean, if you see like the mood boards for characters that I make, it looks like I'm a fucking insane person. It looks like I'm fucking insane. It looks like I'm a goddamn like like it looks like the image where like Charlie's like on the fucking like Pepe Sylvia. Like it looks like that shit. Like that one episode where they're in the mailroom, which I forgot that episode. I need to actually watch that entire episode again. That's one of the few classic Sunny episodes I don't think I've actually watched. It must be like season 6 or something. I don't remember. Um, I love the suburbs episode, by the way. I just wanted to mention that. But yeah, I don't think that YouTube likes me in first place. Firstly, because I listen to half my videos. Secondly, because I specifically don't want them to like me because I feel stupid whenever I sell out, despite the fact that everyone's a sellout and they're cashing out except me. And I also so I have some weird arbitrary standard of genuineness that makes no goddamn sense because I like but the thing about like I literally try to be as 1-to-1 as possible, and I think that's not even that's not benefiting anyone. But I literally don't know how to be any other way. My brain doesn't know how to like act or lie. I uh so I'm not like a fucking performer. I just like talking about things to people because that's what people do. But by virtue of liking talking about things to people and not liking talking about, I don't know, fucking YouTube drama, which is quote unquote YouTube drama, which is actually like someone suffering an actual tragic event to them, but it's marketable. And I don't know why we don't like. I think we used to be harder on people for. We used to be hard on YouTuber people used to be harder on people for doing two things. We used to be making mindless reaction videos because Jinx got a bunch of shit for that, and used to be making uh under researched video essays, and sometimes people get on people with that, but it's not. There's too many now. There's too many video essays now, and I think that's kind of interesting. But yeah, bringing that back actually is like one of the reasons I started making YouTube videos in the first place was to make cool stuff, right? Make cool stuff. I think video essays actually was one of the founding principles. I remember I didn't like using my voice back in the day. If you look at my earliest videos, don't look at my earliest videos. Actually, well, the ones I still up are serviceable, I guess. But I didn't even like using my voice because I was afraid of like the reception of my voice, I guess. Because back then I didn't have any online friends. I didn't know nobody. So so if someone made fun of my voice, they're like, well, this is the end. I had no one backing me up. So that's kind of interesting. But that's the kind of place, it's like Captain Christian, and kind of Implement. I watch Implement's videos a lot. I think the storytelling's amazing in there. But I think that just like I think I just like video essays. It feels like they're yeah, like I said before, they're like flooded the market. And listen. There's two things I said. There's two things I'll admit being early to. It's on the internet specifically. It's video essays and English VTubers. Those are the only two things I'll admit to being early for. And I don't even like it. I don't like admitting being early to specifically VTubers. It's like not a thing you need to be like, oh yeah, that's a thing I'm extremely proud of. But I'm saying it's just like, I'm just saying that's how it is. All right. But this is a ramble, by the way. It's a ramble. But legitimately, like, I think the whole thing is that I didn't even think about taking a break. Not even once. Not even like nah. It's just guys. It's just like eventually, it's formed a little crevice in my brain. It's just like about like what it means to create is inexorably tied to YouTube content. I'm gonna call it content because that's what YouTube wants it to be. They call us content creators, and most everyone, even me, have followed by that guideline. And I don't want to be a content creator. I keep trying to push back against it, but I don't think YouTube is inherently doesn't. Yeah, it just doesn't want that shit. So I need to make a different direction. Um, I even again, I didn't even consider. I didn't even think about like taking a break from it because the thing about like a break from YouTube is that like I wouldn't just be doing nothing because it's just the fact that like I want to just do different things. I want to I literally worked on like 5 songs for the album yesterday. Um and all of them sound like weird abstract Earl Sweatshirt chopping type beats. And I was telling someone this earlier. I literally can't make a generic trap beat to save my life. Like it's either Memphis Rap or Earl Sweatshirt. I don't know. I don't know how to make I don't know how to make anything that's pop appeal. I have to learn that shit. It's so funny. It's like the equivalent of a Kurt Cobain writing grunge songs first. Weird heavy grunge songs and then moving back into pop music for Nevermind. Uh and then In Utero, I guess. It's so funny. It's like damn, like cuz honestly having that kind of structure is very difficult. They're very different skills. Um some people think that writing uh any type like one or the other type of music is harder. I don't think it is. It's just different skills. Um but I know for a fact that I've been training to chop samples for like years, years upon years. Before I even started YouTube, I've been trying to learn how to chop samples because it's what I listen to. You know, Earl Sweatshirt and all that shit. Like Earl Sweatshirt and Tyler and fucking Wu Tang and MF Doom and fucking Mob Deep. I don't even listen to Mob Deep that much. Ice Cube, all that shit. Like you know, ton of Kendrick Lamar, ton of rap that uses samples. A lot, most rap uses samples actually, um, at least a little bit. So it's like that is a thing that people do. There's that. I want to make more music, which I have been making more music, and I think that music is what I go to whenever I'm just like don't know what else to do. I think it's a good habit to have. It's one of my best habits. Instead of smoking or drinking, I just make shitty beats and it goes to my hard drive. That's why I have like hour long compilations. That last compilation I released was not even like I think it was like maybe 3/4 of what I had or what I was presentable. Like what I had like fucking like I think it was 200 or something beats or something, and then um which I should move them to a different folder actually because it's clogging up my main folder. I have to install Steam games there. Um, but yeah, I think that that's kind of interesting. I'd make a lot of fucking beats, and you don't see it because I don't need to show them to you. Because I just like making them, and most of them are shitty. But some of them are good, and I release them. Some of them are good, I unrelease them. That's what they're for me only. Sorry, not like you're looking for them anyway. But one day, when I become Rate You Music Core, then you'd be like, whoa, release the tapes, and I'm like, no, you should have been there day one. You should have been there. Fake fans, SMH. You weren't there before you knew that I existed, SMH. Physically, verbally saying SMH instead of shaking my head or physically shaking my head. So yeah, there's that. Also, I want to make an RPG. I've been talking about RPG. I've been thinking about the RPG thing for a while, and I'm thinking about because I've been really wanting to. Well, firstly, I want to make a visual novel, and I think that Freshies, my little animal cartoon, would actually work pretty well as a visual novel format actually, and um, I kind of want to do that because the thing with writing and being a writer, because like I write a lot, so I am a writer, and I got my first dollar on Patreon, so I'm a professional writer now. So you can't say shit to me. But the thing about being a professional writer is that it's like you have to write the thing, and then with YouTube you have to make the rest of the video. Like by the way, if you listen this far, I'm gonna mention this. I'm gonna release a bunch. I've released a bunch of scripts on Patreon, but now that I'm thinking about this, I probably should just release all the scripts for all the videos that I have scripted, and then just let them just like, nah, I'm not doing them, and just just move on with my life because I'm not making that video on Meet the Grams. I apologize. I wrote that in like one day, 14 pages, and I was like super happy, but I just didn't feel like editing it. That's my thing. I didn't like. I just can't edit this shit, man. Editing is just like I like editing because like that Drake YouTube poop type thing I made the other day. I really enjoyed making that because it's like funny jokes. I love doing that kind of editing. But editing video essays or whatever is so like fucked up because especially for like stuff that's not video games, because video games you just like record one long session, you have a brick of footage and it's like okay, well, But if you try to record things for like, oh my god, like it goes down like music. You can use a live shows, but a lot of B-roll you gotta get, like, especially like you can't use the same live show, so you gotta use different stuff and you gotta edit the shit. Then it goes like, well, movies you gotta have to worry about copyright, but you can use that pretty easily. If you can't, you don't have to worry about copyright. And then books, you're fucked. Like manga, especially, like people who edit manga together use those like weird like After Effects flappy like effects. Like Godspeed, because I want to make a Chainsaw Man video, and it'd be super cool. I was thinking of like this, and I'm gonna share this idea because I don't even know if I'm gonna do it. But I thought it was a super cool idea where it was like the videos ideas like the themes of Chainsaw Man and death, because Chainsaw Man is just basically about death a lot of time, and it starts off with like uh an AMV of Kendrick Lamar's "United in Grief," and I really wanted to do it, but I don't think I'll ever have the chance because I have to reread Chainsaw Man and then ruin my reread of Chainsaw Man by worrying about a video. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. You like every time I play a game or consume media, anytime I enjoy and indulge in a piece of art, then I'm always worrying about making a fucking video, and I can't enjoy myself anymore because like even when I purposely don't make a video, I'm worried about making a video because I'm wasting my time on making stuff. It's not a way to live. It's not a way to live, especially for videos that get like 50 views. Like it's not a way to live. I do quite enjoy I do and fine with like the amount of thing I'm getting, cuz it's really just that's fine. I don't really care. But I'm saying like it's like I care to the point where it's like what's it called? I care to enough to realize that it's not getting the return that I not even I'm expecting or wanting. It's just that like the return that like rationally the amount of work should give me. But I am fine with the actual amount of things. I got people who are like telling me my videos are good, so that's cool enough for me. But I think that's the gist of it. It's like yeah. So, but yeah, I wanted to make a visual novel because even if my shitty MS Paint skills um do it, I could just like because what I always wanted to do was like well yeah, the strategy I always use is that I write something, I sketch it out, and then I give it to an artist who like makes it less shitty, if you know what I mean. And then that's it. And I'm like, and I want to write fiction. I keep talking about writing fiction. I just don't get around to it because, I'm so worried about like nonfiction and essays and like, this video and that video. It's like, no, I think my heart's not in the video essay thing the same way. I like writing about stuff that I like because I'm passionate about stuff I like. I like Mario Galaxy. I like Nirvana. I like Neon Genesis Evangelion. I'm gonna say all different ways so you can get pissed. Evangelion, Evangelion. I'm gonna say it every single way. I like SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob. I'm not gonna make a video on SpongeBob though. I like Final Fantasy. I love all these things. But I like Mother 3. I love Mother 3. But but I think making videos the same way for all these years has again I didn't ask, I didn't even think about it, so like it has fucked up my perception of how to spend my time, and I think it's just weird. It's just weird that I'd even like, because again I've been so adamant on not selling out, and not making YouTube my life and having a very substantial idea of the what's it called, how to make YouTube sustainable. And I even have a job outside of YouTube. Just make sure I don't fucking, mostly to make sure I don't fucking die and starve in the streets, and contribute to the economy. But also to make sure I don't just sit in my room all day and worry about making YouTube videos. But I think YouTube has a way of just like kind of pushing you to do certain things in a certain way, even if you try differently. It's just that one of those things. Um, but yeah, that's what I've been saying. So I've been thinking about fiction. I've been thinking about RPGs. In my spare time, I write obscure smut fiction. I want to add an echo to that, but I forget. So it just I only have like I have a couple of notes with like not even an outline, just a couple of lines I want to fit in there. I have obscure smut fiction in all caps because I want to make that I want to make that a joke. um, but yeah, I mean, like, I think that yeah, I think I don't know. My heart's clearly in it, but like, it's also not. You know what I mean? Like, I like YouTube, but I love making videos, but I've been pushing all this shit out that I can't even enjoy the afterglow of a video, the nut clarity of making a video, or even enjoy like the process of things besides making videos. So that's kind of fucked up. That's very fucked up. Is that what I wrote this also down too? Don't need vacation, I need a replacement. That's from the Travis Scott song Carousel, which is so true. I wish that someone could make the exact videos that I want so I don't have to worry about them anymore. I can move on with my life. I can just do something else with my life. Be like, yeah, well, yep, someone's got that video essay on someone's got that video essay on milk outside a bag of milk covered the exact way I wanted it to, 1 to 1. Can't even complain. All right, well, all right, so I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Like that should just be like that, but no one's gonna do that. And I have like 200 video ideas written down, and no one's ever gonna do the same way. Like, but I think I could live with the fact that like no one's gonna make a video essay. I think, and the reason I'm making this video is that I have to just talk to someone, but also I think that as I mentioned that video essays, or not video essays, but YouTube in general just feels like, even if you make the greatest video of all time, again, algorithm. It's always algorithm. So if you make the greatest video of all time, it doesn't feel rewarding, even if it does get like a substantial amount of views, because it's like you're only as good as your next video. But like that's the same thing with other art forms. But like with YouTube, it's like you're only as good as your next video. Like you only have value if your next video also is a banger, and then the video after that, and the video after that. It's like, because it's a chain, and that's why if someone has one bad video, their channel falls apart because YouTube's like, well, that's it. All right, you're out of here. Like, fuck off. Like, it literally is that easy. So no matter what you do, like, and I think it's YouTube. So I think really just the thing is that I think like I want to be like video essayists and like Captain Christian and all that, like all the people I admire in YouTube space. But then I'm realizing that like I've changed. I've definitely changed in that respect because you know I do love nonfiction, but I really want to write more fiction. I really want to learn how to write like stories, write character. I love writing character. I love drawing characters. I feel like a kid. I'm like drawing like your little legs up and like ooh do 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 do, drawing SpongeBob OCs or something. Drawing little fish, SpongeBob fish. I used to every kid when you're a kid, if you didn't draw your own Pokemon or Digimon or whatever mon, uh, Robopon, then you didn't have a childhood because um, the feeling of making your own Pokemon characters is I should try that drawing my own Pokemon again, but yes, that's like a thing that's like the creative expression. Um, and I think that's just like I've been realizing like progressively like YouTube just doesn't like that form of creative expression. They want like it's not even there. It's like not even YouTube. It's not even just this. It's like people. It's that like again all the cool indie animation is the like that's like high up there in the view count or whatever, and appreciation count. All the fan art and fucking pornography is the exception to the rule. Like the most artists don't reach that point. I have a ton of YouTube channels that I subscribe to, and they're probably dead by now. I probably forgot about them. You see what I mean? They probably forgot about, but they make substantial series. They say substantial, you know, character. You ever heard of Shine On Raven? I think it was called Shine On. Or the Life of Drill Girl. It's like a fanime kind of parody, loving tribute kind of thing. Maybe like, but maybe like satire is probably a better word. It just exaggerates the tropes of fanime, not necessarily like parodies one of them, but also yeah, I think I know the difference between satire and parody. Yeah, I'm a writer. Yeah, I took English class. Yeah, yeah. What about that? But I think that just like that's a show I watched like a couple episodes of. Very very good show. And it's like, you know, it's like that's the kind of thing I want to do. I just really like value that kind of thing. I don't know, like just shitty MS Paint sketches. Like there's that one visual novel about that fucking gator that my friend recommended me. It was like, wait, yeah, it was like I want to hug that gator, which I love visual novels, so I need to play this goddamn thing because. But I don't know. I'm not. It'd be very ironic because I literally have a show that's like basically like bootleg kimono friends, but I'm not really into scaly shit as much. Which I'm not into furry either. I'm not into furry either. Just the ears, just the tail. But you know, I could probably play it for the storyline. I think it aligns with my shit stylistically, like my idea of cool style enough that I could get on it because certain things like I could never play like I had The Witcher 3 for a while and I'm like I can't play that shit because I'm like dude realistic like high fantasy like video like fantasy shit. I have a friend who's like super into like boring western fantasy. I'm like I can't take it. I can't even take like Japanese fantasy shit like that like if you ask me to like watch a generic isekai, I'll be like dicking my eyes like, please let me go. Stop it, please. I can't take this. Like I'd be fucking freaking out. Like I like cyberpunk shit. I like cool anime. I think Dragon Quest is the farthest I'll go in that direction because and even then I'm like I don't go to Dragon Quest for the settings. I go to Dragon Quest for like the comfort, the gameplay, and maybe the story but usually not the story. It's mostly just like the comfortable gameplay and the vibes. And I'd very much appreciate Dragon. That's why Dragon Quest is like Japan's comfort food. And no other like country understands it the same way. We have a good amount of Dragon Quest fans here in America, but it's just not the same because Japan is like that's just a tradition at this point. People have been like fucking with Dragon Quest since day one. Like, well, okay, some people, most people fuck with Dragon Quest after Dragon Quest 2 and then 3 and especially like 4 on, but like you get the gist. Um but yeah, just I want to make RPGs. I want to make an RPG. I've been trying to learn RPG Maker so bad, and I'm gonna spend my time doing that because that's what I like to do. Because I realizing that I didn't even think about I didn't think about taking a break. So I'm like, whenever my friend mentioned that, I'm like, my brain has been just going towards RPG characters and gameplay ideas and shit like that. And even if it's not good, I want to make an RPG. It's my favorite genre of gaming. I talk about it. I literally have a character that is like an exaggerated toxic gamer, transgender gamer girl who is obsessed with RPGs. Because I like RPGs and I think that's a cool genre. I should make a character that's like obsessed with obscure Yuri visual novels to round it out. Um, or like Killer 7. I would finish Killer 7. They should be every show should have a character that's like obsessed with like um Grasshopper Manufacturer, or whatever the company's called, um, Suda 51's company. This would just be like I don't know how they fit it in, but they should like the Smiling Friends recently had an episode where they're like they mention like Burnout Revenge for PS2 by name. And I was like, how the fuck did they get away with that? I'm like it's not even that hard to like get the rights to that because you're on TV, but like I didn't even know a company could like green light that. I literally like legitimately didn't even know that was an option. That's how like first of all, that's how fucked EA is. I didn't even know they could even be contacted for this kind of thing. But yeah, that's the gist of it. Anyway, but yeah. I like RPGs. They're cool. I like video games. Sometimes I look at my Steam library. I have a fuck ton of video games. I'm looking at it right now. I got Luna Knights. I got a game called Copper Odyssey I discovered from a YouTuber called Mara something, who also made a milk ass out of bag of milk video. Sakura Gamer. I have a humble bundle that I bought for $1 that has like came with like 13 Sakura games, and which I want to make to the story. I love mentioning the story, but I played through Sakura Gamer, and I was like, man, I want to write something too because I'm like, if they can write something that is like this mediocre, but also like the thing about Sakura Gamer in particular, and I'll never get the chance to mention this again. So I keep mentioning this to friends. Sakura Game in particular is so interesting because like it like is written like a day job game. Like they don't have their heart in it. It's like, oh yeah, just like, oh boobies, oh yeah. But like the details about how like a visual novel is made, especially like with giving thanks to like the background artist in particular, because the background artist is like so underappreciated. I really much fucked with that. Like again, I'm with listen, I give myself a lot of shit, but like the way I love art is that I'm to the point where like again, it's my favorite meme on Twitter. It's like uh it goes like watched like 10 anime, uh hop on Bleach, watch 100 anime. Evangelion is the most complex and detailed anime of all time. Uh, every centimeter of the of the anime is quite quite well written and characterized, all the characters and characterized and all that shit. And then you're right, you watch 1,000 anime, it's like, yo, hop on fucking what's that show called? Hop on Dragon Half. Hop on the OVA Dragon Half. That's how I feel like every like medium of art at this point. Like is like I don't even give a shit. Like sure, I'll play fucking Sakura Sadist to see like what kind of writing there is. Yeah, I'll play Shantae the Pirate's Curse. I like that game. Sure, I'll play Cruelty Squad. I don't even know how to get. I played 5 minutes. I wanted bought Cruelty Squad. I played 5 minutes of it. I got stuck at the part where I don't even know how. I need to ask someone how to get through that. I there's like this part with the vending machines. Like literally at the beginning of the game. I'm like, what do I fucking do? I don't know. Like fucking. I'll play fucking anything at this point. I'll play Chex Quest HD. You know what I mean? Play fucking Legendary Axe for TurboGrafx 16 because after a certain point, you just stop fucking giving a shit. You know what I mean? Like, it goes from like, unpretentiousness out of like, you don't even know what the medium is, to pretentiousness out of like, you know, everything should be what I like out of the medium, and then it goes unpretentiousness out of I know how the medium is made, and I appreciate that it can be even made at all, and you start finding value in the most random shit because art is beautiful, and even if it's like fucking eroge visual novel that literally is like a day job ass game, like they're half-assing every single section of it, like there's still value, and first of all, at least there's value in like the drawings are so clean. That's that gist of it. But yeah, that's why I want to make a visual novel, because I just like the genre in general. I think it's first of all, it lets me read, because reading is hard when you have an entire page of words. Like this was a hard time I had in college where you have like an entire page of words and you can't you have to like I don't you have to focus. Like that's why I like e-readers and shit. It's kind of like visual novels. Like the less words that are on screen at once, the less overwhelmed I get. So that's the same thing with visual novels. Like you see a line and you see another line, you press spacebar like 50,000 times. Like I could read an entire like if they had like Kurt Vonnegut books but visual novel form, then I'd fuck with it. I literally at this point I was telling people I literally imagine books, regular books as like anime because because visual novel because I just imagine anime characters in general. But like yeah, I don't make stuff. I want to make that RP. I want to make that visual. I want to make that album. I like writing stuff. I like writing articles. I think yeah, the issue is that like my skills. I don't like to combine them that way because writing video essays is so difficult. I like writing regular essays or just like thoughts and think pieces and shit. Um, and I like writing a bunch of different shit like um obscure smut fiction. Um, but that's for me, not for you. But yeah, that's just the gist of it. Is that I don't know. I need to take a break. I don't know. I don't know. I need to force myself to take a break. It's so thing. I don't get days off. I live in America. We don't get any government mandated days off. And I have friends who are from Europe who are like, yeah, I'm just taking my second month off. You know, just taking a little easy this year. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take a day off and maybe I can manage it in like 2020, 2027. I can maybe fit it in. Like that's the gist. So I wanted to mention that. I was thinking about the entire time. I was like, how do I fit that in there? Because I complaining about like the fact we get no days off because I have to keep mentioning it because in America, if you don't know any people who live outside of America, you just think, oh, most people just don't get any days off, and then when you realize like you feel scammed, you feel gypped, you like, and then you go like because I used to have a job that had like an okay amount of days off, like 2 weeks every year, right? And I'm like, okay, and I even used those back then because if a job has these days off, it makes you feel bad for taking them because we fucking live in a hell. We live in hell anyway. But the gist is that yeah, you have to be aware of this shit. So I'm gonna keep mentioning it because if you're unaware of it, then how will you know? If you're unaware they can get more money, then how will you know how to do it, you know? I think we've lost the woods for the trees and shit. That's the gist of it. That's the fucking gist of it, dog. We lost the woods for the trees, dog. Uh that's the fucking gist of it. So you know, yeah, long story short, I need a break. I didn't think about taking a break. I need a break. I just want to enjoy things again. I've been super fucking I've been going through it. I've been going through it, man. I've been fucking going through it. And I just want to play a game again and not have to worry about making a goddamn video on it. I want to just play one of my I literally have hundreds of games in my Steam library and I keep just like buying more and just like throwing it in the corner. It'll get there because first of all, you buy a humble bundle and it already fills up your Steam library. But also, I just keep buying games on sale. And aside from that, like I'll never actually finish all these games. I have to like I don't think I'll even finish all the games I have on Switch. I only have 8 games I have on the Nintendo Switch that I haven't like. Okay, let me tell you all the games I have for only the Switch alone. By the way, I have a PS Vita right here. But never mind that. I have the Paper Mario Thousand Door remake I've been streaming. I have Origami King, Paper Mario with Origami King, which I bought at the pawn shop for like $30. It's the European copy. I have Mario Odyssey. My family members gave it to me with the console. I'll never I'll treat my Switch right because it's a gift. I'll never be able to buy that myself. And even if I did, I probably wouldn't have. So yeah, Mario Wonder. I remembered specifically when I was like, I want to get Mario Wonder because I want to see how good it is, and I liked Mario Wonder. I very much like Mario Wonder. Um, um, it's great. I think. I don't know. Like it feels like basically like Mario World of New Super Mario Brothers shit. Like the most like you creative and like polished shit. It feels like more like it feels more creative even than like the first New Super Mario Brothers because New Super Mario Brothers was like not trying to be like extremely creative, but because yeah, playing like again one of my least favorite games of all time is like New Super Mario Brothers 2, and I felt like I was so disappointed by that game. I was so disappointed. I felt so sad. I was like, man, Nintendo's really half-assing it here. And I'm like, yeah, they were. And to this day, I'm like, yeah, they were. So yeah, Mario Wonder, I'm very much enjoying that. Pikmin 1+2. I don't even know I bought this. I was just in the same. I was in the GameStop, and I first of all I just wanted a copy of it because I've always wanted to play Pikmin, and I don't know. I've always wanted to play Pikmin. I'm not even sure if RTS is my genre, but I have to admit that 1+2, $50. Not bad, not bad. Also, I want to see like Louis. I want to see the water wraiths. I want to see like the dungeons and shit. So I don't know. Yeah, I'll get to it eventually, but probably not. But I want to at least have it just for in case because Nintendo games. If you don't buy them now, right? Ultimate, Smash Ultimate. Everyone has a Smash Ultimate. I don't think these are just the games I have physically. By the way, I have a ton of fucking games downloaded. I have like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, uh, Xenoblade Chronicles. I should have bought that physically, but I don't know. I think it was on sale. Uh, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Everyone has a copy of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. If you don't, then you don't have a Switch. A few other things, a ton of other like games, smaller games. I own the PS1 Final Fantasy games like 3 times. Um, this because I just like 7 that much, but I don't think I'll ever actually. Tried playing 8 early. This is just me talking about video games now. But if you're here, then I don't think you know who I am. Live Alive. I bought the Live Alive remake specifically just to support the idea of more SNES remakes. I actually am not the biggest fan of the HD 2D style. Specifically playing the Live Alive remake, I'm realizing like, I don't think I like the lighting, the bloom. I kind of would just prefer the original version. Also, I realize I have the Secret of Mana port or whatever remaster downloaded, which is cool. Because again, I support like RPGs. I love RPGs as a genre. Like especially like turn-based RPGs. Just my shit. Like I grew up with Pokemon, so I just like anytime there's like any kind of like 90s-esque RPGs that has that, do we have fun? No, we have soul. We have soul. We have a lot of soul. Like there's a lot of soul in those 90s RPGs. So, one day I'll play Chrono Cross or like Xenogears or like Legend of Dragoon, Vagrant Story, all that shit. Maybe I'll get to it one day. Animal Crossing New Horizons, very disappointing game. I don't like the crafting system, but this was someone else's old copy, and I'm like, I like Animal Crossing enough to get a free copy of a game. But man, I was so disappointed because I used to listen. New Leaf was a sleeper hit for me. I don't think I'll ever get the chance to mention this because I don't have the 3DS capture card, and my old 3DS is kind of like on the fritz anyway because the L button kind of fucked up. The the circle pads kind of fucked up. Like it's one of those things, right? So, I was so disappointed, man. I was so sad. Crafting system. It's not even just the crafting system. It's the gameplay loop, the structures. You have to like unlock all the cool stuff. Like, I don't know. New Leaf just felt like the streamlined, perfect Animal Crossing. All they needed to do was put New Leaf on Switch. Like, I know it was like inherently made for the 3DS, but all they had to do was put New Leaf on Switch, and I would have been satisfied. I would have been playing that shit for years. Like, the gameplay, it was perfect, absolutely perfect, and I know why the world fell in love with New Horizons. It's mostly just like situation context wise. It's not even like the fact of the game itself, but I was just very sad with it. I don't know why. Bravely Default 2, I got it because on sale, for like half off. And I like, again, old RPGs, but I'm trying to play it. I'm like, I don't know. I will say Bravely Default, like, those kind of games are very reminiscent of Final Fantasy 3 or like the old kind of like Final Fantasy games, and I do kind of like the idea of that. Like Bravely Default Bravely Default as a series is what like is to Final Fantasy 3 is what Octopath Traveler is to like Final Fantasy 4, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I want to play it but first of all, the art's amazing. Please, God, don't make me buy an art book. I don't have the money for it, but like, God, the art is incredible. But the actual gameplay, I don't know if I have to like let it ramp up. But as you see, I have a lot of games to play. Fire Emblem Three Houses. I don't even know I bought this. I don't even like Fire Emblem that much. I legitimately like tried. Listen, I tried Sacred Stones. I tried Fates. I tried Awakening. The demo for Awakening was great. I love the demo for Awakening. Sacred Stones I got a little far in, and Fates I actually played a substantial way through because I bought like Birthright and Revelation specifically, and I had a sunk cost fallacy. And first of all, the gameplay is very smooth though. I low key wish. First of all, I bought it physically, but I low key wish that I also bought the remake of Gaiden. That probably would have been a funner game, but never mind that. But yeah, Fire Emblem Three Houses, because a friend recommended it to me actually, and also, you have to be ready for those 3 years of Three Houses discussions for some reason. Um, Persona 5 Royal, because um I mean I am a Persona fan. I like Persona 4, one of my favorite games. I have to replay it one day. It's a long ass game. Persona 4 is what got me into real RPGs. It's the Pokemon to Persona pipeline. I didn't finish the Final Fantasy. I played Final Fantasy 1. I think it was Pokemon, the early Pokemon games, uh Final Fantasy, like Paper Mario, Mario and Luigi, Final Fantasy, and then Persona. Like I think, like not even Final Fantasy. It's Final Fantasy 1 specifically. That's the only one. Like I think I played a little bit of of the remake of 3 on my DS one time, but otherwise it was basically just like Pokemon, Mario RPGs, Persona, because I watched the anime. And I got a PS Vita specifically for Persona 4 Golden. Yeah, I'm cool. Don't worry about it. Yeah. And also I bought Pokemon Brilliant Diamond because specifically like it was cheap. It was like 30, $25, $30 or something, and I had money to spend back then. And also I just really was curious. It was used, so I didn't support Nintendo. Don't worry. I'm not consuming content. But I was very curious because I just need to know, like, I don't know. It's just like, if it was platinum, it would be perfect. Like, legitimately. Like, I'm perfectly satisfied with the actual game feel aspects of the game. It's just like all of the weird, like, issues that Diamond and Pearl had specifically that bother me. Because I like the art. The actual, like, art style of it, where it's like the chibi characters and the 2D 3D kind of thing, it doesn't really bother me as much when you play it. Like it feels a lot more like the actual like games, and I think they were trying to be more like, more like faithful, quote unquote. But I think the faithfulness kind of just like ruins the idea of a remake, because at some point it's like, why not just port it? You know what I mean? Like, if you like, I'm comparing the two, like Paper Mario remake and Brilliant Diamond. Like, those are two like different kind of like, remakes. But the Paper Mario one is like, okay, let's the game's already pretty like perfect already. Most people love it immensely, but let's just kind of like scrub down those little issues and just make it as best as we can. That's really all we gotta do, Pretty much like we have the it's an open book test. It's legitimately an open book test. And then the Diamond Pro remake is like, Diamond Pro? What was this? Let's just use the source code. It'll be fine. We'll work it out. It'll be fine. And then they didn't work it out, and it wasn't fine. It's like, the games are fine, but they're Diamond and Pearl, and again, I should definitely be nostalgic for Diamond and Pearl, but you don't. Whenever you replay games, like I've retried the replay Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum a bunch of times. When you replay games, you realize that, wait a second, this game wasn't as good as I thought it was. That's very rare, but it happens for me, and I think especially the early, like getting through the early game of Diamond and Pearl is probably like pulling teeth. It's fucking horrible. It's a little better in the remake, I'll admit, because the speed is just much faster. But like man, I don't know. Like those remakes have no sauce. Like the Paper Mario remake has a lot of sauce. Definitely sauced up. I'm not sure. I'm still like working out my feelings on it in totality, but it's very sauced up. I gotta admit. But like the Down Pro makes it just feel like they kind of half-assed it. Like they didn't they didn't whole-ass it. They definitely like half-assed it though. I think I appreciate some aspects of it, but yeah, but I don't even know why I mentioned. I don't know. I went on that tangent, and I realized halfway through it's just like completely unrelated to the video. Um, but it's just to show like what I should be doing with my time. Um, Instead of making YouTube videos that get 50 views and that no one watches, I should just like play games and like have fun and make games and write stuff for the fun of it. I should write obscure smut fiction for the fun of it. Um, because that's what I like to do. That's what I like to do with my time. And it's so hard actually to like pull yourself away from like the content churn because of course deep down like it will never fulfill you the same way, right? But there's also like a sense of like satisfaction you get from working on something and getting a reward for it because in even any kind of reward because in life like there's a lot of things that you do that don't have any kind of reward. They just like are a thing you have to do, and it's just like you do it, and then it's done. And that's the gist of it. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, I need to take a break. I need to take a break. I'm sure I had stuff I'm forgetting about, but I've been recording for an hour, and I've had a tangent where I talk about all the games I have on Switch physically. And I think that yeah. Yeah. Also I need to take a break from Twitter cuz Twitter's ruining my life. But that's just basically the end of that, really. Um I just don't I think Twitter's ruining my life. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's the gist of it. I could have just I mean, if you listen to this video, you're not like looking for like the answer is, oh, I'm making a break because I need to do other things in my life. That's all I need to say. That's really the gist of it. You know what I mean? That's really the gist of it. Like, so if you're here listening for all this shit, you can't complain about me saying, oh, this is long-winded and too long because you're my brother in Christ. You're the one listening to you have the video on. You're probably eating to this shit. You're like, what's the thing that people eat? Like something with rice. 100% something with rice. If you don't have anything with rice on it, get some rice. Some jasmine rice. That's what I need to do. I'm gonna eat some jasmine rice. But yeah, I'm gonna put that shit on my Patreon because even if no one subscribes to it, I need an archive for all my stupid bullshit writings. So yeah, thank you for listening to this video. Hopefully I make something cool. Actually, no. Okay. Actually, before I leave, I don't think I actually covered the thing. So basically, yeah, the art-shaped hole, like art-shaped box and a content-shaped, art-shaped, trying to force an content-shaped, art-shaped hole in a content-shaped box. Basically, just like the gist that you know, what I'm trying to do with fictional stuff just is inherently just like different than what YouTube wants. That's the gist of it. Uh. That's the gist of it, really. Not to say that people on YouTube can't make art, but the format of YouTube is inherently antithetical to the conveyance of art as a concept because it's not the direction that YouTube aligns itself with. I don't know if I already mentioned this. It's been an hour, but yeah, that's the gist of it. But also, yeah, I don't know. I collect CDs, by the way. I'm looking at the Fangamer website. Listen. I'm gonna make something cool one day, and I think this is a good. Taking that break actually might be good for me because I need to actually, sit down, lock in, and write for fun, write for satisfaction, so I could just like, write a character, write a storyline, a fictional storyline that just like, has a beginning, middle, and end, because you know, you know, I could say what I'm doing forever, but you know, it's just the I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize. But yeah, if by the way, if you ever feeling extremely depressed, extraordinarily depressed, extremely like sick to your stomach, depressed, take a nap. Go take a nap. Go to sleep. Go take a nap. It'll always help you. You're gonna like if you think you're gonna stab somebody, go take a nap first, and then think it over, and then if you still want to stab them, then like, I guess it's meant to be. You know what I mean? Take a nap. Take a nap. Um, but yeah, I fuck with that heavy. But yeah, I don't know. Also, I just like I like designing characters. I like designing characters. I like making drawing stuff. I want to have a childlike aspect to the way I make stuff, which like, man, I love doing this thing and not worrying about anything else. Um, because everyone is constantly worried all the fucking time, ceaselessly about how their stuff is being received. Because that's me. I am worried about that constantly. Um, and of course, you can't stop yourself. It's more of a reflex than anything. But you know, there's also has to be like you're not like if you're worried more about like how something's gonna be received while you're making it than actually making the thing, then you're not making. I don't think you're making art. You're making entertainment, which is still a form of art, I guess, performance art, but it's not the same thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. That's a very pretentious thing to say, and it is. But I'm sure that I could phrase it better with a lot more time. But if you're at the end of this video, then I trust you're not going to be an asshole and be like, oh, how dare you have a very strange opinion of the concept of art when you're talking to yourself for an hour. Like, dude, why are you talking to me like that? I draw, I draw a possum woman. What do you want from me? I want, what I want out of life is to make characters that are attractive and marketable. But like marketable to people like me and not marketable to people like you. Like you points through screen. You. Uh, that's it. I have this very weird idea of like my target audience. By the way, it's like I think the average person is just like a little quirky, not completely fucked up. It's a little quirky, you know. I think there are definitely a lot of perfectly functional people that I guess I'd consider the target audience. I don't know why. I've had a lot of things I need to just think about, little think about. I just wanted to talk about. Uh, yeah. I'm sorry. I rant a lot. I rant a lot. The gist is that, yeah, again, I keep saying this, I would appeal to mentally ill Twitter artists. Like, that's the gist of it. It's like, I want to, like, my inspiration is seeing an artist OC, and their OC is extremely hot, and I want to be the Fujimoto of this shit. The Tatsuki Fujimoto of this shit. I haven't read Fire Punch. I need to stack my paper so I can buy Fire Punch manga and then experience Peak in the way it was presented initially. But never mind that. I have too many books right now, so I don't need to do that shit. But yeah, the gist is that also they should make a box set for Fire Punch. All the one they have on Amazon or whatever is just like a fucking I'm about to a fucking I don't know. Anyway. Yeah. So yeah, I'm already down in. But basically, my gist is that I why am I even making YouTube videos in the first place? I thought it was fun. It's not. I'm not even sure if it's fun. I'm not even. I'm not even sure if it's fun anymore. If I need to pull myself away, see if it's still fun. I think that Drake video I made the other day was fun. That was fun. I was laughing the entire time. I'm about to. I should have added that part in from that one song from first person shooter. It should have been like I'm about to yeah sure. I made so many Drake videos because I just find Drake as an inherently funny person to make fun of, because he just presents himself as like he can't. It's so. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're listening this far, one of the videos I'm gonna post on or one of the video scripts I'm gonna post on Patreon is an essay about the Drake and Kendrick beef that I never got around to. I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah, um, but yeah, yeah. Drake is just like funny because he tries to present himself as hard, but also soft and quirky. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. Like it can be both ways, but you can't try to cultivate it both ways. You know what I mean? Like I think Kurt Cobain had it both ways, but not at the same time. The interviews, he's like weird and quirky and and cheery and joking around, but like during his concert, he locks it and he's fucking raw as shit. That's the gist of it. He's gotta like you gotta separate those things. You gotta separate those things, and I think you can't have both ways. I don't know. Uh, yeah. Anyway, bye. I apologize. Bye.